Hello friends! It's been a couple weeks since I've done a what sold video, but I think I have over 45 items going out this weekend, so I figured why not record it. It is late Monday night for me right now. I'm hoping to have this video out to you guys on Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. Yeah, just got the kids laid down. It's summer break, so we're letting them stay up a little bit later till 9:30, so it's just after 9:30 right now. And I'm not going to ship all this tonight, but I'm just going to pull it. I have to take my son to a swimming camp in the morning, so as soon as I drop him off, I will come back and get this all packaged up tomorrow morning. All right, first thing I pulled out was this North Face vest, and this sold today for $55.97. I did find this at the bins. It has a ton of stains on it. I washed it. I tried to stain treat it. Maybe some of them came out, but most of them definitely did not come out. So I just listed as is. I disclosed all the flaws, and it still sold for $55.97, which I think is so great. I almost pulled this down from my listings to take to that North Face trading credit thing I was telling you guys about in my last bins haul. So glad I did it, because $55 cash is way better than $15 credit, but I do still think I'm going to try to do that pretty soon here. Okay. Going to EC. Got a pair of Crocs. I believe these are called like the Harbor Line slip-on or boat shoe. These I bought at a regular thrift store for $5. They sold on eBay for $30. I was thinking Posh, because 30s, I rarely sell things on eBay for an exact dollar amount, so I think this person asked for that price. So anyways, 5 into 30 I think is great. I always get that question, like, why are all of your eBay prices so random? Like whenever I make my little reel videos, because they always end in like 36.21 or whatever. And it's just because, well, I normally price everything as 0.95, but then we always have like a sale running anywhere from 15 to 25% off. And then I usually send an offer to anybody that watches an item. So it always just ends up being something random. All right, FP. This actually sold really quickly once I listed it. It's been in my bins here for a while, like drafted but not listed. I don't know what took me so long to get it listed. The brand is Sugar Thrills, which I've never heard of, but I think it's part of Doll's Kill, which I have heard of. So yeah, anyways, I found this at the bins. It's just a really cute little mesh wrap top, super lightweight. I found it at the bins, and somebody offered me $30 on Posh the first day that I listed it, so very, very happy with that. Okay, EN. Pair of Madewell, just basic black running shorts. These are actually from my personal closet. I believe I got these at like TJ Maxx or something for like 10 bucks last summer. I did wear them, and then I listed them. They sold for $13.46, so I'm probably making my 10 bucks back, which is great. Okay. I did already make a reel with some of the items I am now pulling out to show you guys for the what sold today. So if you watch my reels, you've probably already seen a few of these items, but this is one of them. It's just a board game, and it's Everdell. So I found this, I think, in one of my last bins hauls. I did mention that games are no longer 69 cents, so I did pay by weight for this. It was like $6 and some change, but it sold in just a couple days on eBay for $29.96. So, you know, I'm still making around a $20 profit, and it was a super easy listing. I decided by the sell-through rate it was still worth the pickup for $6. And that game is really cute, so I'm just happy to pass it along to somebody. FB. This brand I never heard of. I found this the day that me and Chris had our anniversary date, and I found that Johnny was dressed. The brand is Machines for Freedom. And this says it's the Sun Defense Popover women's shirt. So Because it was new with tag, I decided to look it up. I believe I paid like $6.99 for this at the Goodwill that day, and it sold for $26.21, so not great. I could have sworn when I looked up comps the day in the store that they were kind of high, so I was actually really excited about this. But yeah, 26 out of like $6 or $7 is still probably pretty good. Well, it's good enough for me, but definitely wasn't what I thought it was. Let me know if you've heard of that brand. I hadn't heard of it. The retail on it was really high though. All right, EL. This was another one from my reel. It's just a basic Eddie Bauer fleece button-up shirt. Somebody on Posh offered me $16. I was happy to accept. I got a bundle. We're in ES and FA. Couple of, I always say it, Cacique, Lane Bryant's bra line. I don't know if that's actually correct or not, but these are going out to our viewer Julie, so thank you so much. She bundled and the total came to $33.68 on eBay. So I bought these at a regular Goodwill for, not Goodwill, a thrift store for $4 a piece. So I originally had like 5 or 6 of them, so I think that's great. Bras, I like selling them so much. They're such an easy thing to list and people always need them. So thank you so much, Julie. All right, EG. All right, pair of Under Armour flip-flops. These are men's. I bought them from a regular thrift for $3.99. Somebody offered me $20 on Poshmark. EF. This has been listed a while, probably close to a year. The brand is Roz and Alley. Looks like it's sold at Dress Barn. I only bought this from the bins because it was new at tag. It finally sold for $9.80, so still some profit, but not the best sale. GD. Okay, we're headed over here. Another item from my reel. This is a pair of Nike wrestling shoes. They sold on eBay for $20.37. I think this is actually going out to our viewer Lisa, so thank you so much for that. I love selling wrestling shoes. All right, GR. I thought this would sell a little quicker and for a little bit more. The brand is Evereve. Evereve is so expensive new. I was thinking I could get like 25 to 30 for this, and maybe I could, but this weekend somebody offered me 15, and it's been listed at least a few months, I think, at this point. So I was in an accepting mood this weekend, so I went ahead and accepted 15. I did get this from the bins. GB. These sold really quickly, and I just love selling Cole Haan, especially men's shoes. I got these for $7.99 just at the thrift store that's closest to our house. I've been popping in there like once a week or so, just mainly to check for shoes, and I usually come out with 2 or 3 pairs at least. So yeah, these $7.99. Somebody offered me $40. I was super happy to accept that. GD again. This is Lululemon, but just like a scarf. Yeah, this did not sell for a ton. I got it from the bins. It sold for $10.36 after a very long time though. Definitely probably would not pick that up again, even at the bins. I did not like photographing it, so that's the main reason I wouldn't pick it up again. All right, GX. Where am I? Oh, GX. I have a few extra boxes way over there now, which I will have to run and grab that then. And then GT. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, like You guys have probably seen my little slidey closet like way over there. That's where we keep most of our shipping supplies and stuff like that. But I had Chris make me up the last of the G's, so whatever, GW, X, Y, and Z. We made those boxes up, and I've just been storing things in them that are a little bit too big to fit in like these plastics, and my hanging racks over here on the side have been full, so that's why. So this item was in one of those. So let me set these down. So this is a bundle going out to our viewer Elizabeth. Thank you so much. She bought this Hurley men's like plaid flannel shirt, and then this oversized Lululemon hoodie. I got both of these from the bins. Elizabeth's total was $49.76 plus shipping. So thank you so much. Hope you love those. I tried that hoodie on and I really liked it. I almost kept it. All right, FV. Also tried this on. It was just a tad bit too small for me, but I was hoping this would have worked for California. It's an H&M like linen blend, just basic green shirt. It's sold on eBay for $14.96, and I got it from the bins. I'm loving selling linen blend stuff right now. It's all moving really well. Literally another linen blend item. These are a pair of Old Navy pants. They are new at tag. These were actually gifted to me by a friend, and they sold for $20.75 on Poshmark. No, there's no cents on Poshmark, so this must be eBay. I saw I had a priority label, and I almost never do priority mail on eBay, but occasionally I'll do a paddock buy, which is what I did for these. Okay, FT. Sorry, I'm talking kind of fast, guys. I think I'm just like ready to honestly go to bed. But I also really wanted to get these sales pulled, and I wanted to make a video because it's been a few days and I miss you. Like, I literally start to miss you guys if I don't have a video, because you guys talk to me in the comments and I really appreciate that. So this is a pair of new, just like a gladiator sandal. These have been listed like probably a year now. I did get them from the bins. They sold for $23.96, which that's still pretty good for some bin shoes, but these like 2 years ago would have sold for like $40 within a week probably. So just one of those brands that's kind of on the downhill trend. I usually still pick it up at the bins though. All right, GJ. These sold really fast. It's just Universal Thread, which is like a Target brand slide sandal. I got these from the bins because I wanted them, but they've been in my closet and I have never worn them, so I just pulled them out, listed them. They sold within like a day for $15 on Posh, which I think is great for some Target sandals. All right, and then the rest of these are going to be in our last row. All right, starting in BU. This is a very basic Madewell t-shirt. I did get it from the bins. I remember saying I picked it up because it would still probably sell for 10 to 15, which it did. Ended up selling on Poshmark for 13. So, you know, bins weight, this is probably like 4 ounces, which is like 50 cents to me. So I still think that's a pretty decent enough profit, and I knew someone would buy it. Who doesn't need a basic t-shirt? We all have that in our wardrobes. My box is looking like it's gonna push all my labels off. All right, CN. All right, got a pair of men's Converse. These I got from a regular thrift for $12.99. They ended up selling on eBay for $39.95. G. These are those AS6 like gel shoes. I believe I showed you guys these in a recent like regular Goodwill haul that I did. I paid $16.99 for them, but they did sell in just a couple days of being listed for $46.76. So you know, I still think I'm making at least a $20 profit, which is great. So I do pay up for some things because if I think they're gonna sell fast and I think there's still enough profit to be made, I will. All right, bundle in BB and DK. This one's going out to our viewer Terry, so thank you so much. She grabbed this Columbia, just like a teal long sleeve shirt, and then this Viore men's sweatshirt. The bundle price was $40 plus shipping, so thank you so much, Terry. Hope you love those. Right, AR. Pair of Silver brand jeans. I think these are skinny. They definitely took a while to sell and only sold for $9.85, so not great. They are from the bin, so tiny bit of profit. Very glad to move those. CP. These jeans though, they're the brand Land's End, which I like selling Land's End. I would say it's bread and butter for me. These jeans actually sold well for $29.95. They are from the bins. These are a wide leg jeans, so I think that's why those did pretty well. All right, CT. Got a CJ Banks or Christopher Banks. Is that the same thing, CJ and Christopher? I think it's the same brand. Anyways, this is from the bins. It only sold for $7.88, but that's okay. CO. Pretty basic curly t-shirt from the bins. This one sold for $8.21. That did take forever. All right, DB. I definitely overpaid for these at a regular Goodwill. I paid $12.99 mostly because these are like a cow print Hey Dude, and like a year or so ago I sold 2 pairs for a lot, like between 50 to 100 each, and quickly. So I definitely don't think they are as popular as they were like a year ago. But also I somehow missed, you know how some people put these like heel pads in the shoes, and these both have that, and I didn't want to rip it out because then it would probably leave either a sticky mark or rip off some of the fabric, so I just disclosed and left it in there. I mean, they're otherwise in pretty good condition, probably worn one time. They sold for $29.96, so I'm probably still just about doubling my money, which isn't horrible, but if I'm paying $12.99, I'm hoping for more in that $50 range. But glad they moved. They didn't take too super long. I would say those sold in about 30 days. All right, DM. Something else I paid up for. If I remember right, I paid $20 for these. Just a pair of women's Hoka. In my head, they were my size. Worst case, I had a pair of Hokas for 20 bucks, but I thought I could about double my money. I don't think I quite doubled on these. I sold them for $44.96, but they did sell quickly, so probably $15 to $18 profit here. I would still pick those up again for 20. All right, DE. This is an American Eagle, just like a performant long sleeve hoodie. This is from the bins. I really thought Plato's would buy this, but I noticed when they didn't and I went to list it, the aglet is missing on one of them, and I think it had another flaw that I did not notice. So I listed it and it ended up selling for $7.46. So glad to move it, not lose any money. AQ. This is a pair of Bird Dogs men's shorts. I love selling this brand. These did take longer than I thought they would, so That's okay though. I believe I paid $5.99 at Goodwill. These ones sold for $29.96, so that was worth it for me. Okay, BU. Nike Pro shirt from the bins. This one sold for $11.21. Box Y. I knew I saw a bunch of things in box Y. So we got Madewell, Ben Sherman, Chicos. Probably should not have grabbed them all at once. Put these here. All right, first one I have is this Madewell. It's like a buffalo plaid tie front shirt. This is from the bins. Uptown Cheapskate usually buys any Madewell I bring them, but they did not buy this. So I listed it. It sold for $12.92 on eBay. This one is the brand Ben Sherman. That's not generally a brand I would pick up. The only reason I grabbed this is because it was 100% linen blazer, and I really thought the red color would do well, which it did seem to. I think this sold in about a month's time. So $44 on Poshmark. I think that's great. And then this is a pair of just like Chicos newer tag pants. These I believe I got from Whatnot for around $8, and they sold on Posh for $31. Okay, CD. This is a pair of Clark's booties. I have these from when I was doing shoes only, and a cost of goods of $11. So yeah. A little bit too much. They sold for $22.46, so not quite even doubling my money. These are in really good condition. I don't know. I really thought these would sell for close to $30, but that's okay. Right, AA. This is Patagonia. It's just a very basic Capeline, like base layer shirt. This, I believe I got at a regular thrift for $5.99, and these, even though they're very basic, usually sell for close to $30. This did have quite a bit of flaws that I had somehow missed, mostly just like around the wrist and the hems. It's kind of like pinched to where, you know, it doesn't really affect it. It just looks a little bit wonky. Anyways, this sold on Posh for $21, so I'm still making at least $10 off that, which I think is great. It sold in just a couple days as well. All right, CP. This is the brand Chubbies. Normally you're seeing the bright colorful patterns things with the brand Chubbies. These are just a very basic blue velvet short. Somebody offered me $15. I had them listed at $39, thinking I could get $25 to $30, and I probably could have. They've only been listed a week or so, but because they're just very basic, and I noticed on the tag that they're wool, which I thought was interesting, which means they were dry clean only, I just went ahead and accepted the $15 because who knows if I might even get another offer on them. When I was looking up comps, I could not find anything exactly like this, so I really just kind of made up my price anyways. So a bins item into $15 quickly. I am very happy with that. Right, AR. This pair though, I did think I could definitely get more for, but you know, when stuff's sitting a while, you just start accepting offers. So I love selling this brand. It's Outerknown, but again, these are very basic, just chino short. There's nothing special about them. You know, if you just saw somebody wearing these, you would have no idea they're from the brand Outerknown. So anyways, somebody offered me $22 on Posh this week. I got these from the bins. I accepted $22. It's BM. I love finding this brand because it no longer exists, and it usually sells well when I find it. I think it's Cush, C-U-S-H-E. Yeah, these are just a nice leather slide sandal. They're in very rough condition and they still sold for $35. The person, I don't remember what my list price was at with the sale running, but the person messaged asking if I would do like $45 total, including the shipping cost, but which meant he was only asking for like $1 or $2 more off my list price, which I was happy to do. But on eBay, the offer price that you send has to be at least 5% less. So I just sent him $35 instead of like whatever 37 something that it would have been. So very, very happy with that. Those are from the bins if I did not say that. They are. Been in that box a few times as well. This is probably one of my oldest items, and it's the brand Prana, just a bikini bottom only. And I bought this retail arbitrage. I had a cost of goods down as $5.83. It finally sold for $6.71. So I'm probably losing a little bit of money here, but I am so, so glad to move that along. Okay, CS. Calvin Klein, like khaki blazer. This is new at tag. It's from the bins. It does have a stain on it though, even though it's new. Somebody offered $30, so I did definitely accept that. All right, last sale, and I saved the best for last. CE. Although once again, if you watch my reels, you've already seen this one, so. The brand is AS98. You guys, if you watched my last bins haul, I found these that day. Thank goodness, because everything else was not that great that day. So, yeah. And I had stayed extra time. So these I found in that extra time that I had stayed. So, I don't know. Sometimes you guys just get a feeling when you're thrifting like you should not leave yet. Like, I swear I had that feeling that day. Glad I stayed. Found these sandals and I listed them on Posh for $149 because I saw that the retail was $300, and I usually list about half of retail for pre-owned items, and within just a day somebody offered me $120, so I accepted as fast as I could. $120. That's amazing. I just picked up my phone to see if I had any more sales come through, and I actually did have an offer on Posh for a pair of jeans, so I accepted. It went through. Let me find those. Oops. CZ. All right, I got a pair of new at tag Polo Ralph Lauren jeans. These have a cool paint splatter on them. I picked these up at Plato's Closet the other day, like literally just the other day, for $25, which I know is a lot. I was seeing comps on eBay anywhere from like 70 to 100. So I think I priced these at $119 on Posh, which is obviously a little bit over what I expected. Somebody just offered me $60. So that's about close to doubling my money. Well, I think it's about a $20 profit. So I went ahead and accepted $60. So yay, quick sale. If I'm spending up to $25, I do want to make that initial investment back very quickly. So that is what I did. Alrighty. Yeah, like I said, it's late Monday night. Now it's 10:02. I'm going to go upstairs, watch a show with Chris, go to sleep, wake up, take my son to swimming camp, and then package these things up. Like the last few times, I have no idea what the next video you guys are going to see after this will be. You know, in the last video I mentioned, hopefully I can show you some garage sale footage of me and Connor, but me and Connor went garage selling for 4 hours and bought almost nothing at all, to where we then went to the thrift store, and we did buy him a few pairs of shoes, which I had him list today, which is exciting for him. I literally had him photograph them, draft them into list perfectly. I brought him down here to the computer. I had him type out all the title, everything that I would do myself, and I had him click all the buttons himself. I had him list them to eBay and Poshmark through list perfectly. And yeah, they are currently listed. The 2 items we found were 2 pairs of shoes. One was a rock climbing shoe. Those always sell really fast. He only paid $3.50 for those. The other one was one I found and just asked if he wanted to count that as his, and he said yes. So I don't even know what the brand is. I think it was NEFES. I could just tell that they were a barefoot like leather sandal, and I know those have been doing super well. So those were $10 though at Goodwill. He did spend his own money on this stuff, so you know he's out of pocket right now, $13.50. Like I said, we listed them today. The barefoot sandals already had a watcher. I do expect them to sell pretty quick. So yeah, he might have at least his initial investment back plus some profit in the next few days. So I'm excited for him. You know, a Nintendo Switch 2 I think is $450. So we got a while to go if that's the main goal for him. But he's excited. I'm excited. So yeah. I did not get any garage sale footage though because there was literally no garage sale footage to get. This next weekend, I think our neighborhood might be having a garage sale, in which case I'm probably going to go to them, but he wants to have one here and sell some of the stuff from his room. So I don't know, maybe I'll get some footage of that. We'll see. Otherwise, this week is just busy with regular summer stuff. Actually, my bestie's coming to help me work on Wednesday, so that's not something I'm going to record, but maybe because she's going to help me get through a lot of stuff that I've been procrastinating on or just putting off, you know, my death pile stuff. She's going to help me work through that. Maybe then one of the other days around that, I will pick one bin and work through it. So anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I appreciate the support of all the viewers, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.